I want to talk to you about the four things. So this was a story that John Spence told that I read in his book, Awesomely Simple. Just right back here, a little plug for John, but John's awesome. The book is awesome. You should check it out. Now, the four things. What he said was, I'm not sure I get all the facts right, but this is the gist of it. He bought a book. He reads a bunch of books, right? Most coaches and consultants, you hope you want to ask them, they should be reading a whole bunch of books. They should be watching articles, continuing to stay up to date, right? Reading, learning, going to courses, all that kind of stuff. Ask them if you're engaging somebody. But John got a book. It was 28 pages long. I believe it cost him $87. And so basically, he was kind of irritated when he received it because it was like $3 a page. And kind of went, this is crazy. Went through the book though, and the gist of the book was really these four things: be on time, keep your promises, be extremely polite, and do a little bit extra. And he started thinking about it a little bit. And I really appreciate this because he started thinking about all the people that were working on his house. He was doing a remodel and like everything, right? So there were a bunch of different contractors. There were plumbers and electricians and sheetrock and, painters and gardeners and you name it, all this stuff, right? He started thinking about this and he went back to his wife and he said, hey, you know what? Think about all these different people, different companies, different contractors, subcontractors, and these four things. Again, the four things: be on time, keep your promises, be extremely polite, and do a little bit extra. Be on time, keep your promises, be extremely polite, and do a little bit extra. He asked his wife, do any of these companies or people do all four things consistently? And she said no. And I started thinking about that. This is a time when I ran a business, multiple locations, dozens of employees. When I read the story and I thought about my own business, and I really challenged us to think about those four things. Are we always on time? And really, on time means early, right? You can't be on time. You're either early or you're late. So on time means you're there ready to go before you're supposed to get started. You keep your promises. Do you follow through consistently? Everybody can drop the ball sometimes, but I mean, you make a promise, you make a commitment, you deliver on it, you take it seriously. Be extremely polite. Are we using please and thank yous? Are we talking to people? Are we looking people in the eye? Are we calling them by their last name and their title, if that's appropriate? Whatever it is, but really extending courtesies, letting people know that we're grateful for them and thankful. And do we do a little bit extra? Do we do that by design? Can that be incorporated, especially as you have a larger organization? Can you plan to do a little bit extra? Can you under promise, over deliver, the cliches, but can you have that be part of your systems and processes? And I thought about it and I honestly couldn't commit that my own company did those four things extremely well. But I did think about two other people. I thought about Lauren Sharp with Artifact. And I went and told her as well. I told her, hey, I read this and, you're one of two people that, running a company, a business that does all four of these things consistently, like every time through the course of years, and just really impressed. And I hope that made her feel good, but she was one of those exemplary people. The other one was my wife. So Kathy had a business, ergonomics consulting, and she was the other of the two people, the two companies, two businesses, two people that delivered on all four of these things consistently. And I really thought about that and, used them as examples, told those stories to my own team, really emphasize, what can we do and can we put these up and have them be reminders for us? Because there are going to be times we slip. There are going to be times when you don't feel particularly inclined to be polite. There are going to be times when you're thinking, prioritizing, well, do I really need to follow through and do that? If you do those four things consistently, though, imagine the competitive, imagine the competitive advantage that you would have doing those four things consistently. So last time, be on time, keep all your promises, be extremely polite, and do a little bit extra. Try all four. Let me know how it goes.